I like a gamble. I got 4, so that does hit. So let's see here. We got to check out everything. Go through all of the various phases here. What page was that on, Stephen?
31.
31.
It's the go-to page for the rulebook.
It is. It's very useful. So let's see here. Roll the dice. Resolve any. First thing we're going to do is resolve advantages. There are no advantages in play. Next thing we're going to do is to see if there are any triggers. I led with Rocket Chopper, so he's the one I'm going to be looking to see if there are anything like that. And Rocket Chopper has no triggers. So next we're going to see reactions. I can't see, Steven. Does Scorcher have reactions?
No reaction on the Scorcher.
Okay. So since there are no reactions, that is it. We will apply the damage and remove destroyed figures from the battle map. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move these action die to the monster pool and put this boost die back in the dice well. Now, I want to make another attack. I want to try and get rid of this little destructite here. I'm going to try and do that with some Rocket Choppers. Now, this Rocket Chopper Elite can definitely hit it. He's got a range of short range, excuse me. So that's definitely in range as you can see it. Now, this Rocket Chopper also has a short range. Normally would not be able to hit that destructite. Normally his range only extends so far. However, he is being granted the radar ability from Sky Sentinel. The radar ability on Sky Sentinel is red, so that means that all adjacent agenda units are able to benefit from it, as Rocket Chopper is clearly adjacent. Technically, G-Tank is also being granted that ability, extending his range to 7 spaces, as you can see. And also, actually, this other Rocket Chopper is in range as well. Now, the thing you do have to remember when attacking with units is that they can only participate in 1 attack per turn. So, this Rocket Chopper, this G-Tank, despite the fact that they are in range of that destructite, they will not be able to participate in the combined attack. So, it's just going to be Mr. Elite Rocket Chopper and Mr. Regular Rocket Chopper. So, check them out, see what I'm going to have to do with them. I do have to use at least 2, and for these purposes I will use just 2 to attack with. And let's see how many boost die I'm going to use. Well, as you can see, Rocket Chopper Elite gets 1 for himself, so I've got 1 there. The Rocket Chopper Elite also has the ability Leadership, which all Elite units are able to grant. Leadership reads, for your information, allied grunt units with the same name as this unit within 2 spaces of this unit gain +1 Brawl B die and +1 Blast B die. So, Rocket Chopper, the regular one, is within 2 spaces of my Elite, so it is going to get +1 B die from that Leadership ability. Also, Sky Sentinel has the ability Wing Leader, which is going to grant each of those units an additional B die as well, since they are flying units. Looks like that's going to be all of the boost die I get, so I'm going to go ahead and roll this, and it should hit.
Gotta hit a 3 because of cover.
I got 4.
I got 4.
Okay, so we'll go through our little phase. We'll go through this quickly because I don't think either of them really have any kind of reactions. That's kind of a quick way to do it if you don't want to just scroll through everything. Neither of them have advantages. Neither of them have reactions. Neither of them have triggers. So basically, we don't have to worry about going through that laundry list. And we can just destroy that destructite. that concludes my attack phase. The only phase I have left is the push phase. I was somewhat unwise. I didn't use this little lone action die. I probably could have put it to some use, but didn't. I'm going to go ahead and push it over to the monster phase, so next time I can have a full 10 die to use for my monster.
Alright, so it's my turn, and I'm going to take a monster activation. That's where all of my action dice are. So we'll start out by going through the power phase. If you'll notice, I'm not securing any buildings. I'm not on any power zones, so it's pointless for me to power up right now, so I will skip the power phase. Then I have the hyper phase. Now the hyper phase, I can go up into my hyper form, and I'm going to go ahead and choose to do that. So I pay my 5 power die, and I'll switch my forms out. The ultra forms and the mega forms, which you hyper into, are generally more powerful. They have different abilities, a lot of times just additional abilities, better abilities. So it could be beneficial to power up early and smack your opponent down before he knows what hits him. So I've hypered up, I've paid all the power dice to do so, the 5, which you see in the bottom corner. I'm going to go on my advancement phase, and I'm looking to gain some P die here, so I'll pay 1 and I will advance. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice that there's hazard here. If I were to walk through it, I would immediately take 1 point of damage. I'm adjacent to these 2 buildings, and I'm going to show you something here. I'm going to perform a power attack. The power attack I'm going to perform is called Stomp. And Stomp is a great way to clear out anything around you, and also is a great way to get rid of this hazard. So for Stomp, monster slams a part of its body or something else entirely, tentacle, tail, foot, something, into the ground to damage everything nearby with the force of impact. So I'm going to declare a Stomp attack. And my power rating is a power attack, and you'll find power attacks on page 38 of the manual. It starts on page 36 with power attacks. And I'm going to perform the Stomp attack. So I look at my power rating, and it's a 7. So I can use 7 action die here. There's going to be 2 left over in my pool. I'll take those 7. I've got to include at least 1 power die. So all I have is 1. I'll include that. I get 3 boost die on this. And there you have it. These are the dice I'm going to roll. And I'll compare the defense of everything around me, everything adjacent to me, to whatever the strikes I roll here. And also, whenever you stomp, any hazard that's nearby is turned into rubble. So I do my roll. I easily get 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So both of these buildings are defeated. Remember, I don't get the energy because I didn't brawl the buildings. I will get 1 for destroying the buildings, but only 1. So we'll go ahead and resolve that. I'll move all of these action die into my unit pool here. These go back and the power die is lost. Flip this to rubble. This building goes, and it also takes a rubble. It doesn't have anything telling me to do otherwise. This building goes. It also takes a rubble. And I will gain 2 P die back because I destroyed 2 buildings. And notice that I left 2 action die in my monster pool. Now, a lot of times this is nice because if Dylan does choose to come over to me and attack me, I can retaliate by taking another monster activation. I don't have to go monster unit, monster unit. If I have action die in the pool, I can use that activation. So I'll hold 2 in my monster pool just to make him think twice about coming at me. And I will stay in my hyper phase, and that is all that I'm going to do this turn. I will grant it to Dylan.
I'm going to go ahead and take a monster activation. First part is the power phase. I'm going to go ahead and power up. I don't really see any reason why not to at this point.
And keep in mind that when you power up, you don't have to use 3 dice. You can use 1, 2, or 3, your choice.
Correct, absolutely. Odds obviously are lower, but you can use less. So I'll go ahead and use 2, why not? Instead of the typical 3. And I did manage to get 1, so I got my power dice for securing this power zone, and I didn't have to spend all of my action dice, so that's kind of nice. Now I'm going to go ahead and slip into the movement phase. I don't want to hyper up. I'm going to pay my 1 action dice to move, and I've got a movement of 7, and I'm going to go ahead and take this route. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm nice, I'm aligned, I'm base to base with good old Zorog here. That puts me in a prime position to make a power attack myself on Steven's monster here. Now, what I want to do is I want to throw Zorog into this radar array. Now, the thing that you do need to keep in mind when you are making a throw is you have to spend the number of power dice that you want to throw your opponent. So I want to throw him so that he will land, for sake of demonstration, I'll move Zorog over where I want him, so that he will land right here. That's going to be a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces. So I have to spend 5 P die, quite a bit. But I do have 5 P die, so I'm going to go ahead and use them. I do have to spend at least 1 of my action die to make the move. I can spend a max of 5, and then I get a boost. I get 1 boost die that I can roll. Now, let me look at old Zorog's defense. He's got 6. You know, I'm going to go ahead and roll this full 5 because I want to make sure that this hits. So I'll roll the full 5. This should hit. If it doesn't hit, it's going to be ridiculous.
And Dylan could throw in the extra P die if he wanted to. He's not limited to 5 just because he wants to throw 5 spaces. But he's just being conservative and trying to conserve some of his P die. So
correct, absolutely.
Just making sure.
Correct. I definitely could spend that extra P die if I wanted to, but I don't. All right, there are definitely 6 hits on the map there. That
All right.
beats your defense.
Do you have any advantages?
I do not have any advantages.
Then we resolve power attack effects. So one of the effects is me being lifted and tossed over there. So we can go ahead and do that.
Whee!
This is going to be destroyed. So anytime my monster comes in contact with a structure, it's considered a collision. Any power attack does 1 damage, then the collision with the building does an extra damage. If the building also had a hazard under it, it would do another damage for that hazard, even if it was a flying monster. So as it is, he'll take 1 point of damage for the throw, and 1 point of damage for colliding with the satellite. Whenever you make a throw, we're highlighting for you right now the possible ways in which you can throw a monster. You can't throw a monster behind you. The monster must move in a straight line, either left and right, or back. Away from you, away from the throwing monster. So, the power attack hit. You ready? Mm-hmm. The power attack hit, and we resolved all of the things leading up to the power attack effect. So the effect takes place. Zorog is thrown, collides with the radar array. We'll remove the radar array, place rubble in its place, and place Zorog on the rubble. Now remember, 1 damage from the throw, because it was a successful attack, and 1 damage for the collision. So Zorog will take 2 damage. I'll take my monster tracker in his hyper form now and move it down 2. So you keep track independently of your 2 different forms. So Zorog Ultra is now at a 5 health. And this is an example of a good power attack. Anytime there's lots of buildings around and you can get a good throw, smash, whatever. Like I said, the power attacks are on page 36 of your rulebook. So you can look at all the different things you can do to another monster, and this is a good example of one effective way to really stack up the damage. It's really possible to do 3, 4, 5, sometimes even 6 damage with a good smash or throw into a lot of hazards and buildings. So, always be aware of power attacks. Whenever another monster can get
aligned with you,
you're in danger of getting power attacked. So just be sure to look for that if you're the attacker, and to watch out for it if you're on the defense.
That concludes my turn. I will get 1 P die for destroy.